Today we're here with Coach DeMatteo, Somer's varsity football head coach. We're going to talk a little bit about mid-season mark. We're at that point now. Last week, week 4, was about the midpoint for the regular season. So let's get started. How would you describe the team's progression, especially in these first few games?
Yeah, this has been a kind of a new beginning to the season for us. We had a very difficult early on schedule that, we dropped one to Iona, which was very disappointing, and then the Rye one was even more disappointing in terms of the way we played. So, making a little bit of a comeback with practice habits and getting healthy. We were a little banged up, and we feel we're in a good spot right now. A 3-game winning streak, coming home, playing our second home game, even though it's week 5. So we feel, a nice opportunity to play in front of our fans and our community on youth night. And even though we're still a little dinged up, we're getting guys healthy, and we feel good about the second half of the regular season.
Nice. And I guess a little bit about your coaching style. Can you describe it for us, and how does it benefit the team?
The coaching style that we have, right? So we're a very large staff of paid employees as well as volunteers, 8 guys, and we very much coach them like tough love, for lack of a better term. We want to make sure that they are held accountable when things don't go the way that they're supposed to. And we feel that is most like the way they're going to be dealt with in their life, right? High school football, obviously we want to win football games. It's very important, but we want to make sure that the young men that decide to be a part of our program learn discipline and accountability and time management and how to work with others and things of that nature. So we definitely, we'll have a rough and tough style of coaching. And when kids do things right, we want to be the first to cheer for them. But when kids do things wrong, we want to make sure that we're correcting them in the right way.
And what's your favorite part about coaching?
I mean, obviously, I love the X's and O's, but I really, I love the similarities between football and what, goes on as you become a young adult. Like, there's so many things that are the same. There's only one game a week, similar to, the way you work all week and then you get paid. At the end of the week for your work. Practice is extremely important, so you learn work ethic, you learn how to work with other people, you learn how to work with people that you may not necessarily like. If you're going to work towards a common goal and achieve great things on a team level, you need to be able to mesh with people that have different interests than you. And you learn at a young age how to kind of look up to people that you want to emulate if and when you want to try and be a leader one day.
And with I guess a lot of success and also trying to mold players and all the community aspects, do you feel any pressure, especially compared to results the team has had previous years? Any pressure this season?
There's always pressure, but it's not something that I really harp on. That's a big conversation that we have with our kids, right? There's always going to be pressure, right? You have pressure to pay the mortgage. You got pressure if your girlfriend breaks up with you. You got pressure if you have a big test. So pressure's pressure, and we learn to deal with that through preparation. Sometimes those feelings go away when you're prepared. So we buy into our preparation. We feel that there's nobody that prepares like us. So even though, we're staring down all these, expectations from the town and other people in the section of, being the favorite to win it again before we lost to Rye and still being in that conversation, we deal with that pressure by just practicing hard and taking care of the little things. And we feel that if we take care of the little things, the big things will fall into place.
That's great.
Yeah, and then looking at the second half of your schedule, is there an opponent in that second half that you're a little concerned to play or that you're specifically preparing more for?
Not necessarily. It's Carmel, it's Brewster, it's Lakeland. It's 3 league games. So even though the front end of the schedule had a little bit more hype, this part of the schedule is more important. The loss to Iona and Rye, a lot of people don't realize, means nothing to where we're seated in the playoffs. The big games, and even the Harrison games, crossover. So this is really the meat of our schedule where we feel we need to take care of business. Our goal right now is to win our league and to get the number 1 seed and have the opportunity to host 2 playoff games for our seniors and for our community, because out of our 8-game regular season schedule, we only had 3. We're only going to have 3 home games. So if we can host 2 playoff games, that'll even that out. So that's our goal right now. And to achieve that goal, we need to take care of business these next 3 weeks against tough league opponents.
For sure. And I guess just to play with that, what do the results so far, what do they mean to you? How does that, affect?
The Iona game was something that I was very disappointed in because I felt the score should not have been what it was. We were making a push in the third quarter to potentially make it a 28-14 game. and then 2 freak plays happen, an interception on a screen and a safety. But we kept them scoreless on the offensive side of the ball in the second half. So I really felt that we've played them better than anyone else has this past year. They're killing everybody. So that's a wash, right? It is what it is. It was a good experience for our kids, and I felt we got better. The Rye game was very disappointing. It was the first time in 5 years I felt like we just didn't play to the standard of what we are. And since then, we've just been getting better. We've been duct taped together in some regard. Dean is still, dealing with some issues. Ben Brennickmeyer's hurt, playing injured. Nate Mitchell's playing injured. Cameron Violante's injured. Cooper Sternberg's injured. Sean Donnelly's injured. We have a lot of guys that are dealing with stuff. So our goal is to try and get healthy. But with the last 3 weeks, I felt we've made tremendous strides to achieve the goals that we've set forth to do.
All right.
Yeah, and then after the Mayapack game, we talked to Tristan Gleason. He was telling us about how the whole community was cheering on this team and how it feels great to win in front of them. And how do you believe that the support from the Somers community plays into this?
Oh, it plays that. It's awesome. It's part of the reason why I wanted to come back here. After I graduated, and even Kevin Devaney said it in one of his little hype videos for the Iona game. He said that Somers is the state's most crazed football town, which is, to me, it's a compliment. I think that's really cool. The crowds that we played in front of these past few weeks have been tremendous, and we expect a huge one Friday night with it being youth night. Over 400 kids just playing the sport of football on the boys and girls side of it, and now including every other fall sport, which is a great move. The place should be packed, and that's a great experience for the kids because that's pressure in itself. Just being able to do things in front of a lot of people, and it makes it fun. Like, no one wants to do something on this level, in front of 10 people. So it's really cool. So I'm really excited to hopefully put a great effort forth in front of our community Friday night, and to really put our stamp on the second half of the season.
For sure. And have you started to look ahead towards playoffs or anything? Try to plan for it. Maybe who you might go up against. Any strategies there?
So these last 3 weeks are league opponents for both sides. So there's a lot of things that can still play out. So yeah, obviously we're always going to take a look at the big picture. But there's some big games coming up that are going to decide a lot. Yorktown plays Mayapack this week, which is a huge game. Austin Carmel is a huge game in terms of whoever wins and loses and the seedings that come because of that. On the other side of the bracket, Clarkstown North still has to play Harrison. So that's a big one in terms of seeding over there. We would cross over. Let's say we do take care of business and we're the 1 seed. We would cross over with the 4 from the other side. So the 2 on our side would be to the 1 on their side. So like if Mayapack's the 2, we won't see them until the finals if we both win out. So there's a lot of moving parts. So we have our eyes on it. We know the games that matter. It's really about just trying to collect film and be prepared from a data standpoint when we do get the games announced. So we try to stay 2 weeks ahead of it, but right now it's still about a week or two too early for us to really map that out.
That's great.
I think that's all we have here. Thank you for coming in.
Oh, always a pleasure, guys. Anytime.
Good luck tomorrow and with the rest of the season.
Thanks, guys. Always appreciate the effort and the work. You're doing a tremendous job. Appreciate it.
Thank you.